So what's going on guys, Kate is here and welcome back to a brand new video. For today I will show you the best Sorceress PvP build in Lost Ark. So in this guide I will show you what abilities and awakening skill you want to get. Then I will explain what are the best skill rotations to use for 1v1 and 3v3 arenas. And then lastly I will show you the best gameplay and even which stats you need to allocate for PvP, so you would be able to get the best results and highest damage possible and much more. So if this sounds interesting to you, then let's get right into it. So Sorceress is your traditional mage class, which specializes in ranged combat. This class has good skill ceiling, but she can be easy to pick up as well. She has many flexible combo options and can potentially take over a battle with her mobility and low cooldowns. This mage is one of the highest damage classes in Lost Ark, and even though her damage is very high, most of it depends on if you can land your skill shots. So in this video I will show you how to use this to your advantage. So if you're looking for the best and highest damage 1v1 and 3v3 Sorceress PvP build, then this is the one for you. Okay, so now let's move over to the build itself, and these are the skills you want to have. So for the first ability we have the Lightning Vortex, and we use this time just 7 levels to unlock the Paralyzed and Wide Angle attack. Then for the second ability we have the Inferno, and we use 10 levels to select the Rift Acceleration, Flame, Area and Firepower supplement. Then for the next one we have the Esoteric Reaction skill, and we use 10 more levels to select the Quick Prep, Enhanced Strike and Stabilized Crystal. Then for the fourth ability we have the Punishing Strike, and we use once again 10 levels to select the Mind Enhancement, Unavoidable Fate and Magic Amplification. Then for the next one we have the Reverse Gravity skill, and this time we use just 7 levels to unlock the Wide Angle attack and Lava Area. So then for one of the last abilities we have the Squall, and we use 10 levels to select the Agile Cast, Lightning Whirlwind and Viping Wind. Then for the 7th ability we have the Seraphic Hail, and we use 10 more levels to select the Quick Prep, Evolve Hail and Red Hail. And then for the last and final ability we have the Frost Call, and we use our last 10 levels to select the Chill, Unstable Rule and Enhanced Strike. Then for your awakening skill you want to get the Inviscous Might, and for your combat stats you want to have 1 crit, 249 domination and 750 swiftness. Okay, so then moving over to the gameplay, and if you have played this class while leveling, you will be very familiar with the skills, so I will just try to give you a short description. So then for the first two abilities we have the Lightning Vortex and Frost Call, and these are your main catch and peeling tools, which means that both of these skills can do high AoE damage from very far away, and you can use this for offensive or defensive play. Then the next ability is called the Squall, and this is your main hard crowd control skill. Then the next skill is called the Inferno, and this is another great knock-up ability that can be used offensively or defensively. So from 14 meters you can hit the enemy and push him in the air, and then afterwards you can use your other big damage skills and do a lot of damage. Then for the next ability we have the Punishing Strike, and this is your main high damage skill. I usually use this ability after the enemy has been stunned or thrown in the air. Then for the fifth ability we have the Esoteric Reaction, and this is your second big damage skill that creates a crystal. The crystal can evolve to 3 levels, which at that point explodes and does a lot of damage while pushing the enemy away. Then the next ability is called the Seraphic Hail, and this is one of your main defensive skills. I usually use this ability to interrupt the enemy's attack / incoming skills. Then for one of the last abilities we have the Reverse Gravity, and this is your second defensive skill, but this ability will create a magic circle in the place you're standing on, so if the enemy dashes into you, you can activate the skill in anticipation of the attack and catch him off guard. If the enemy gets hit, he will be thrown in the air, so then not only you can use the skill to protect yourself, but as well attack the enemy in return. And then moving over to your awakening skill, which is called the Inviscous Might. This is the ability that you can use only one per match, and it will release a massive energy that will do a bunch of AoE damage, and if the enemy is standing in your energy orb, then he will get pulled to the center and the last final energy hit will do massive amounts of AoE damage. I would recommend to not save this skill for too much late game, because if you see that the enemy player has used his dodge, or both teams are very close to each other fighting, then use the skill and you will do massive amounts of damage. Okay, so then for your general skill rotation, I will give you 2 options. The Sorceress revolves around good positioning and long range skills, so try to stay close to your teammates early on in the battle, because you could struggle at the start without the teleport. Be patient with your skills. I would suggest to leave heavy engagements to your teammates and mainly follow up your team with high damage from as far range as you can get. So then our first combo is to engage into the fight with the Frost Skull, then follow that up with the Lightning Vortex, and then finish this off with your Punching Strike or the Esoteric Reaction. But if the enemy player doesn't have a dodge available, then there at the end, you don't have to pick which skill to use but use both of them. And then for the second combo, we want to catch the enemy with our Reverse Gravity skill, then we use the Esoteric Reaction, and then we finish it off with the Punching Strike or the Seraphic Hail. So the best part about playing a mage is that you have the ability to do a lot of damage from very far distance. So use this to your advantage. Like any PvP build, the idea behind both of these rotations is to stun the enemy or push the enemy in the air and then do a bunch of damage. With Sorceress, you don't have to worry about no stacks or anything like that. Just use your main damage kills as you see them fit, and if you ever catch an enemy, then use the first or second combo. So now for my last and final conclusions for this build. If it wasn't clear enough already, but you should always use your teleport skill from the identity bar to escape the enemy attacks. Then as well, don't be afraid to use your Envisca Smite early on in the game if you need to gain the identity meter for your second teleport. Then like I've said, stick with your team and focus on keeping each other safe from your opponents. And then lastly, remember that the Sorceress is a flexible class. Many skills can chain into each other for a lot of combo potential. So learn what each ability does, and with time and practice you will know what to do in each fight. And then on top of all this, before we end the video, I want to give you 2 to 3 alternatives in case you don't like one of these abilities in this build. But I want to preface this, if you're looking purely for the best of the best, then stick with the skill setup we covered previously. So a decent option is to replace your Punishing Strike or the Squall for the Ice Shower ability. The Ice Shower will do damage and give you push immunity, which can be useful, but my priority is to have one teleport and one dodge available for escaping the enemy, so I would not recommend it. But if you find yourself in a need of a push immunity skill, then here's the option. And then lastly, on your Seraphic Hail ability, you can choose to go with the wide angle attack or additional explosion tripods. The tripod we selected will give us 40% more damage, but you can switch it up for Traveling Wave, which will give you plus 30% bigger AoE range or a plus 30 damage increase plus a knock effect on the enemy, and that's about it. So I really do appreciate everyone for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, feedback, or other good Lost Ark PvP classes that you would like to see in the next video, then feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below. And while you're doing that, please click like, subscribe, and enable that notification bell, so this way you could support the channel and you won't miss any more amazing content from me. With all this said, you have an amazing day, and I'll catch you in my next video. So take it easy, peace.
Yo, I ain't here